Good morning, friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on this midweek Wednesday morning. We are headed straight for the weekend, but let's not discount today. It is the day God has created for you and me to worship and serve Him. And got some great opportunities to do that, guys. Men, we have men's Bible study at 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning. We're studying the book of Colossians. Come on down and join us. We have a great time studying the Word. And then tonight at 5 o'clock, we've got our family night supper. It's taco salad, a big favorite here at First Baptist. And then at 6 o'clock, we have our prayer meeting and Bible study in the sanctuary, where we're studying the book of Nehemiah on visionary leadership. And then also at 6 o'clock in our fellowship hall, we've got a worship service for our young families. And I think they're going to be having jungle night tonight. And I'm not exactly sure what that entails, but you'll enjoy it. So come on out and be with them. But if you've got your Bibles, follow along with me. We're in Ecclesiastes chapter 7. We're going to pick up in verse 10, even though we talked about that a little bit yesterday. I want to start there because it connects to the next two verses. Listen to what he says. Do not say, why were the former days better than these? For you did not inquire wisely concerning this. What he's talking about is saying, oh man, I remember the good old days. I wish we could go back to the good old days. He's saying, don't say that. Because he's talking about the problems that people face in government, corruption, and we know that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Bribery, the wealthy tend to get a better form of justice than the poor. And he's saying, you might say, man, it wasn't like that back when I was younger. It wasn't like that 20 years ago, 50 years ago. Solomon is saying, yes, it was. You just didn't realize it because it's always there in any type of governmental system. It's going to be there. Just the amounts and the way that it's handled is going to be different. But he says, listen to this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance. Now, let me rephrase that a little bit to help you understand what he's talking about here. He's saying wisdom with an inheritance is good and profitable to those who see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, as money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. So here's the thing. He's saying wisdom with an inheritance is good. To have money and wisdom, good thing. Most of us would say, you know what? I really would like to live in prosperity rather than poverty. Now, compared to most third world countries, compared to most countries in the world, we as Americans are prosperous. We are wealthy. But most of us would prefer to have that inheritance in our lives to help us to take care of our financial needs and our physical needs. And Solomon reminds us, he says, wisdom with that inheritance is good. It's profitable to those who see the sun, to those who are alive on this earth. Here's what he's trying to say. It's great to have wisdom when you have money, because the studies show over and over again, and even in our modern day culture, that people who come into lump sums of money within a matter of weeks, months, maybe a year, they lose it all. Why? Because they lack wisdom. You can have all of the wealth in the world, but if you squander it foolishly, what good have you done? So he says it's good to have wisdom with that inheritance. Now continue on. He says wisdom is a defense as money is a defense. In other words, if you've got money, you can take care of your needs. If somebody takes you to court, you've got the money to fight the charges, those kinds of things. Money is a defense. But he says wisdom is also a defense. If you are wise, you can stand up to those who attack you, to those who are trying to hurt you, to those who are trying to overcome you. But in the end, he comes down to this. He says, wisdom is better than money. It's better to have wisdom than to have money. Because look at what he says. The excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Because here's the thing. You can have all the money in the world and no wisdom, and not know how to enjoy life, not know the true meaning of life, never finding purpose in life. But if you've got wisdom, whether you've got money or not, you always know where God is directing you. You can figure out what God has in store for you. So wisdom is better than money. Listen, I want you to think about that today. And I hope that you have a great day. And I hope that I will see you at some point later today. But if not, we'll be back here tomorrow morning. So God bless.